So guys, if we're making this video, it means one thing. Yo-Jo June is officially done, but that doesn't mean that the G.I. Joe news stops. Don't worry, we got you covered. That being said, you know how it works. We're gonna quickly run through what they showed us for week 4 because you've watched the stream, you've probably watched some other videos now. We'll run through and then we'll talk about what's coming next and run over some ideas of what happened during Yo-Jo June and our final thoughts for the event. Anyways, let's get right to it. But first, if you do enjoy what we're doing here on the channel, think about hitting that like button as well. If it happens to be your first time here, think about hitting that subscribe button. And you know what, you might as well think about hitting that bell so you don't miss out on any future live streams or any new videos that we do publish. Thank you for your continued support. I'm gonna jump right into the figures, but this is a lot of recap, but we've seen render reveals on most of this last week. But anyways, right in, first off, we have Iceberg, and he looks absolutely stunning. I think they totally rocked him. I mean, if you got the Snowcat coming, you got to add Iceberg to your collection. It looks great. The pictures look stunning. He really pops. Anyways, I think he is a must get if you're into the Arctic motif. Now, after that, we had Rugged Duke. You know, I have to be honest with you, I'm a little disappointed he's not officially Skybound Duke. He's kind of some like mix in the middle. It's just a new action-packed Duke. He looks great. I don't know if I need him for my collection personally, but he does look absolutely stunning, and I think he's going to be a hot seller. Now, after that, of course, we have the Toxo Viper, which is going to be our troop builder for this wave. B-Max said it's going to be 2 per case, so it's going to be a little easier to get, hoping that you pick up multiple to flesh out your Cobra troops. I think this is the one figure that I'm going to make sure that I pick up when they come about, because I absolutely love it. They did a stunning, outstanding job on the Toxo Viper. I love the little blast effects that make sure it looks like he's like oozing his stuff. It looks absolutely fine. Next up after that, we have the one that took most people by surprise, which would be Mistress Armada. I think the makeover they gave her, the figure looks brilliantly done. I'm really impressed with her. She is the number 2 figure that I'm personally going to pick up from this wave. I can't wait to add her to my Iron Grenadier collection. They just absolutely nailed it with her. They did such a great job. Really, really highly impressed with what they turned out from what they had with the comic book and what they turned out and classified. They really rocked it. Now, of course, after that, we had Synapse, the unknown original character. And this one's taken the community by a little storm, a little good, a little bad. You know what? If you break it down, we'll talk about it a bit more in the second half of the video. But if you break it down, the figure is actually pretty cool. But it comes down to one of those figures. It's like, is it a G.I. Joe figure? You know what? Is it a little too much gone one way? I don't know. We'll talk about it in the second half of the video. But I think overall, the backstory, if you read the backstory, I posted the file card on social media and we'll include it in this video as well later on. I think they did a good job on introducing a fairly new and unique character. Of course, they had this mandate where they were going to introduce a couple original characters this year, and I think overall they've done a great job on the design. It turned out fairly well. Now, after that, we ran into retro figures. I absolutely love the retro line. So right away they showed us Falcon, and you know what? A lot of us were so worried, are we going to get that original Falcon head? Obviously, you can see it's got that cartoon vibe to it from the movie. It looks great. I can't really complain. I'm not a big fan of Falcon personally, but I think this will be a fairly good seller on the retro card back. Next up after that, we had the Valkyrie, and I complained about this in my last video because I'm not a fan when they put non-retro figures on retro card backs, but the blue they've chosen for Valkyrie looks absolutely stunning. It looks like she's like right from the cartoon, and much like they did with the original Cobra Trooper, the retro version. So I think she'll work well with the collection, and I think a lot of people are going to pick her up in troop build. Now, of course, after that was the big reveal. So many people in the comments have been waiting for a Flash, and they finally did it right. They gave us retro Flash, and he looks absolutely stunning. Exactly what everyone has been waiting for, and I cannot wait to see this one on the card because I think it's gonna look absolutely brilliant. So really excited about Retro Flash coming, and this one is an absolute must get for all those OG 13 collectors out there. Of course, this is the next section here is where the stream took a bit of a different turn and showed us some actual new stuff to it we did not know about. Well, we knew about, but we hadn't seen before. First up is the official reveal of the Lara Croft crossover, which we talked extensively previously in other videos leading up to this one. And you know what? They looked like they nailed it. They looked like they absolutely nailed it. The design team did a great job of bringing Lara Croft to life. Looks like that more, like I said, that Amazon look to her with that classic look as well. So I mean, comes with a ton of accessories. Of course, like I mentioned last video, we see some of these accessories reused or common between Action Man as well. So I mean, brings down the cost. Lara Croft, I personally will be getting her at some point because I think they did a really good job, and I'm interested to see them continue this crossover line. After that, they showed us more just Mad Marauders. They got the 2-pack of Footloose and Mutton Junkyard coming. It's going to be pricey for sure because you got 2 figures and a pet. Anyways, they're pretty standard reissues, repaints, so they're coming. And then this was what we were waiting for, right? We said there had to be some kind of vehicle coming this year. There's no HasLab, but doesn't mean there's not going to be a vehicle. Last video, we said, you know what? Is it going to be the Thunder Machine or is it going to be the Triple T? And of course, it was the Triple T. They showed us just a tease. Hey, it's coming. No details yet, and where they're going to do it. They're going to do it at San Diego Comic-Con, and we'll talk about more of that in the second part of the video. So with that, that is Yojo June done. But you know what? Doesn't mean it's going to stop coming. There's going to be a lot more details coming out of San Diego Comic-Con. We've got that next month. But you know what? I got a question for you. Did B-Mac and Dan, do you think they flew out there every week and recorded that? Or did they like just, you know, go off set one day, change their clothes, come back and record a new segment, go back, change your clothes again, and just record these 4 segments in like an hour's work one day at Hasbro headquarters? Let me know what you think in the comments, because I know what I think. Anyways, so you know, overall, I think Yojo June was fairly successful. If you're into this line, we got a lot of new content, a lot of reveals, a lot of pre-orders. You know what? The line continues. Now, that being said, one thing I'm not happy about is that we are expecting a price increase on September 1st, and these pre-orders are being affected by that price increase. I'm going to be honest with you. Once again, guys, I'm in Canada, but that doesn't really matter. But EB Games, formerly of GameStop here in Canada, has raised the price. They're charging $43 Canadian for a single G.I. Joe classified figure. That's closing in on $50 Canadian. That is insane. Officially, they've lost me as a customer because I'm not paying $43 plus tax for a G.I. Joe classified figure. So I'll get them from Amazon, or I'll get them from independent retailers that are charging much lower prices. Anyways, we'll see if they fix that, because that is crazy. Long story short, it has been successful. It will run into San Diego Comic-Con. We'll see these in a display. We're gonna get a Snowcat unboxing from BMAC coming up soon. And you know what? We'll get in San Diego Comic-Con. We will certainly get a tease. Now, of course, they'll show us more of the Triple T, but will we get that tease for the next direct to order? We know that there's probably a Thunder Machine and Moccasin waiting in the wings to be released. Will we get more details on those? Hopefully, my fingers are crossed. I really want that Thunder Machine. Maybe that's the next direct to order that we'll get a tease that'll lead into fall, where we'll see more details released on that next direct to order from Hasbro Pulse. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get more details, more vehicles coming down the line. Quickly, we're just getting into Synapse now. I realize I'm not going to go too in depth here because I believe the video is going to go really long. So we'll talk more about Synapse on the live stream this week at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. But long story short, he is a Darklonian that is trying to take a revenge against Destro. He's joining up with Cobra, and he's a necromancer that can kind of raise the dead. So I mean, very interesting. I don't know, he's a little maybe too Fortnite-y for me. Anyways, we'll see how it goes, but I'll talk more on the live stream about him more in depth. Read the story, pause the video, and you can read his full backstory right here on screen. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes with him. Also, guys, I totally forgot to mention, I threw him in the thumbnail, I totally forgot to include the reveal Night Force Psyche out. Of course, he's coming to Walmart Collector Con in middle of July, and basically I put him up on the screen here. He actually looks pretty fantastic, because for me, I'm going to be honest with you, Psyche Out has never been one of my top top figures. I kind of find them kind of weird, but I think they did an outstanding job on bringing him to classified, especially part of the Night Force team. I really enjoy that Night Force team. We can expect more details on him in the Collector Con from Walmart, so he looks great. I'm assuming down the road another time we'll probably get a retro Psyche out so you can get that normal look to him as well. But overall, I think he is a winner and a great addition to the line. So you know what, if I had to make one comment about Yojo June, I think overall it was great. Definitely a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. I did find some of the streams a little low down in the energy from BMAC and Dan. Hopefully, if they're going to continue to do this, maybe they need to raise the energy a little bit. Maybe they were caught off guard by both Tony and Lenny leaving the team, and you know, normally both of these guys would have been there to, you know, really hype up G.I. Joe Classified because they are so much part of it. That being said, Dan did a great job, but Dan and BMAC just didn't like excite me sometimes. They're a bit of like they're just kind of run at like low energy sometimes. So I would like to see it kind of be a bit more exciting and hyped up more next year. And as well, I wasn't really a fan of all the details coming out before Yojo June. I'd much rather be more surprised and lead into each week's stream wondering what was going to happen instead of being kind of more handheld like it was this year. But anyways, we'll see how it goes. Let me know in the comments, how did you like Yojo June overall? Was it a success? Was it a failure? Was it meh? You know what? Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know what maybe you would change for next year or what you did really enjoy from this year. Either way, we're running to San Diego Comic-Con. I'll be here with all your news related to whatever happens at the G.I. Joe panel. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully we'll get some more surprises, more details on some of those upcoming figures, and I'm sure there will be lots of content coming through the channel. But for now, if you stayed here this long, think about hitting this video right here. It's another good one. And as well, you know what, don't forget, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.